Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
Did anyone see? Never mind.
It was Nevermind's
That
like
is a sexually attractive fridge, man.
Right?
And that microwave, like, you kind of hope that the three of them, using some sort of weird smart technology, can breed and make a grill that is just as sexy and attractive.
yes.
And it was at this point in my life I realised that I'm approaching middle life and that it's all downhill from here on, where I'm going to start getting excited about cutlery next.
I already get excited about cutlery.
I'll give you a fork round by the bins.
David, I'm going to be so upset with you if you are not playing games on your fridge.
I already checked.
I know it can do it.
I already
want
checked.
you to do it.
You can sideload Android on the fridge, and download the Xbox Cloud app, and then play cloud games with a controller on the fridge. Hey, Hazgaha! I spent all week picking out fridges and stoves and microwaves because I'm redoing my kitchen. And all I can think about now are fridges and stoves and microwaves.
Then he comes in here, posts pictures of these fridges and cookers and microwaves, and you think, oh, it's only a fridge. And then you get quite aroused looking at them and realise that you are really getting close to death, because now you get excited about kitchen appliances rather than something fucking fun like a water slide.
I mean, let's be honest. There's some really cool looking kitchen appliances.
There really is, and it hurts. It hurts in my birth certificate.
When you're looking at a microwave and you're like, man, that microwave has really clean lines to it. Like, it's well designed. It's like... I feel like there's a future for some of Star Citizen's ship designers when they're a little older and done designing like ships to move on and design appliances, because most microwaves are hideous. It took me 4 days of constant searching to find this microwave. It's difficult. Welcome welcome to the Relay Station. Show where we talk about
The
Star Citizen.
relayist of stations.
Yes. It's true.
You know it.
Hey, Fastcart, how's it going?
Hey, Pascal.
Oh, man.
Also, before anybody else questions it. It is not episode 27. David just doesn't know what year it is. And so it's episode 25.
Look, I have
Really?
spent again.
As a side note, I'd like to say that I'm really glad that we didn't name brands for the microwaves and such, because I am really annoyed at forced product placement in some of these podcasts. It just really gets to me.
So, tomorrow on Soul Citizens.
I mean, I would name the brand if I thought it would do any good, but they're not going to give us anything for us naming
The brand
them, so-
already owns Korea.
Yeah.
So
Can't get it here though,
I'm
Really?
sure you can't because it owns Korea.
because there's a huge fucking embargo. Embargo? I don't think that's the word. Tax on anything from Korea, because I don't know if you know this or not, but Korea and Japan do not get on very well.
Yes, I know that.
I have heard
Why
that.
computer parts are always expensive here.
So are Samsung phones really hard to get there?
Yes. No one uses. Did you know Toshiba does mobile phones? Because I fucking didn't until I came
I
here.
had no idea.
Fast cart.
Okay.
I will be sorely remiss if at some point in your episode tomorrow, when you're talking about the Reclaimer on Soul Citizens, I will be sorely remiss if Garbage Woman isn't mentioned.
You used that word wrong, which is really bad for an author.
He does.
Did
that,
I?
And then he bollocks me.
I mean, they would be sorely remiss. You would not be sorely remiss unless you were on the show and you
True.
and you didn't mention Garbage Woman.
That's
Oh yeah,
true.
sure. Eric corrects you, and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's fine."
It's because he
sure."
was right.
I correct you, and then you sit there, and then you make up a load of words and try and confuse me, and I'm sat there with a dictionary open, and like, "No, it's right here. It is right here."
Okay,
Trying to obfuscate the solution.
everybody, we are 2 weeks from CitizenCon.
Oh,
Day.
we are. We still
Hope
don't know
you're
if you're
already-
going to be here, do we?
We will not know if I'm going to be here until probably the day before CitizenCon, because it depends whether or not we get a moose in the week before CitizenCon. And if we don't, then I'll be moose hunting that night.
Would you
So-
be remoose if you missed a stream?
Shiver,
Yes.
you will probably be asleep for much of CitizenCon.
Probably.
Yeah, unless he doesn't want to be, in which case,
I-
you know.
Yeah, it's not an option for me.
Oh, that's
So-
unfortunate.
Unless I find someone
Do we
else to
have
join me.
times yet?
Do you guys what was that?
Do we have times yet?
My
Yes,
guess.
we do.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we have a
Oh,
starting
that came
time.
out. Yeah.
Because I might be able to jump in, like, sat here,
Mm-hmm.
peel 3 or 4 layers of dead skin off my face, and then make a load of jaded
Well-
comments.
From what we know it's very long, so you will definitely be able to catch part of it, like live.
Like
But,
12 hours long or something.
Yeah, something like that. 10 or 12 hours, I think. But I think it starts at like 9 a.m. in North America.
Which time zone?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to find. Just
11
give me a
Eastern
moment.
is what I'm saying. That's my guess. 11 Eastern.
Where the hell is it? Things need to be easier to find. Damn it, Turbulent.
Like,
Shove more information onto your website, please.
Anyway,
probably joined for, like, the last 3-4 hours, maybe 5.
I'll take it because I'll be doing it all day. Alone if I have to. But
Okay.
I don't want to do it
So-
alone.
On the CitizenCon website, there is
Yep.
a really cool thing where it actually shows you what time it starts, both in UTC and your local time. My
alright.
local
Well,
time,
this is the test.
my local time start time is 9 a.m. So it would be it's 9 a.m. Mountain Time or 11 a.m. Eastern Time. 3 p.m. UTC. That's what it
Local time,
starts.
October 10th, 12 a.m.
11
Right at
a.m.
midnight.
Yeah, so you're not joining at the start, Shiver.
Yeah, I'll be able to come like 6 hours in or so, 6.5 hours. You know.
I'll take
So
it.
that'll
I
probably
only have
be-
to. I only have to go it alone for 6 hours. I can do that.
You'll probably catch like the last half of it.
Name of my sex tape. Sorry, Eric.
I mean, you have. I am almost shuddering at. In my mind, I'm imagining how many times you've said that over the years, and how many sex tapes that corresponds to. And just imagining you sitting in like a hall of sex tapes.
Name
all
of the
around
sex
you,
tape.
Shelves everywhere.
Can't sell the fucking things. No one wants them.
Just keep making more. Eh?
Anyway, I'm gonna stream the whole thing, regardless. So
I
come
will
join.
also stream the whole thing if I'm around.
Come join us for that.
I will try to be.
And I guess we should start talking about Star Citizen the past 2 weeks because we didn't have a show last week.
A lot of stuff has happened in the last 2 weeks.
And I'll be right back.
The guy who controls the bits that we see
So-
and hear has gone.
Well, I'm going to talk about, since he's gone, I actually have the CitizenCon page open. So this is what we're going to see. We're starting with the opening with Chris Roberts. Huge shocker, right? Second,
Oh, it's not up.
second piece is going to be Life in the Verse. Description is, this year's biggest panel takes you on a guided tour of the current in-game universe. Join the developers to bring it all to life, to explore locations, systems, and gameplay. And that is Ian Leyland, Todd Pappy, Dave Haddock, and more. Then we have Ship Talk, which should be fun. John Crew, Ben Curtis, and Paul Jones talk about new and upcoming ships. And also provide some updates on existing ships. And then one of the ones that I'm really excited for, there's another panel called Gen 12 and the Multicore of Vulcan. Which is awesome.
That
So they're
is.
going to talk all about why, basically, the progress that they've made on the new renderer and the switch over to Vulkan API and why they did it. So that's Ali Brown, who's the director of graphics engineering, and Christopher Bolt and Darnell Barnes, who are respectively core engine architect and graphics programmer. Then we have Crafting Worlds, which is the planetary tools and tech. This is going to be Anis Hareshi, Mark Riviera, Morgan Minardi, Will Hain, and Marco Corbetta. So they're basically taking a look at the ever-evolving set of tools that they use to build planets. Then server meshing and the state of persistence with Paul Reindel and Benoit.
Oh, poor
From
Ryan
Turbulent?
Bell. Blimey. We haven't seen him for a very long time.
He is
It-
currently the director of engineering and online technology
He's been with the project quite possibly
for a
since-
very long time. Yeah,
Important to note there that Benoit is the CTO at Turbulent. Interesting
He is
that
indeed.
Turbulent is talking about server meshing and persistence.
Yeah, Paul Reindel has been there since January of 2013. So, like 2 months into the project. After that is the Sounds of Space. This is Graham Phillipson, lead audio programmer, and Adi Kelch, who's the sound designer. And basically, they're going to talk to you about new audio tech that they're working on and some of the soundscapes from the game.
That's got to
Then
be
we-
the cushiest job ever, though. The Sounds of Space sound designer.
Total silence.
That's my job done.
And then probably going to be one of the coolest panels. Systemic gameplay, stream of thought. Tony Zurovec leads a wide-ranging discussion with Rob Reininger, Ben Dorsey, and Luke Presley about upcoming features like selling used items, local inventory, the convergence of reputation and mission systems, why physicalized cargo is so important, the next couple dynamic events, and more. Tony will also give an update on how efforts to integrate the first few bits of quantum simulation into the game are proceeding. And then,
I have it
after
on
that-
very good authority that Tony talk is going to be at least 18 hours long on its own. But that's between his first and second breaths.
Interesting. There's no Sean Tree of Knowledge Tracy.
He is not on here.
Yeah.
And the last bit is the closing with Chris Roberts. Yeah, Sean Tracy's not there, which is strange. He must
Maybe
be
They don't want to
off doing
show
something else.
Tao.
I wonder if he's just because he's swamped with work.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because as well as like Tony Zed is, he is a guy that actually does coding, as well as someone who sits there and says, "So I want to make this crazy universe, and this is how we're going to do it." But Sean Tracy is very much a coder and a programmer, so I just wonder if he's just swamped.
Or they just-
Possibly, or
He said stands over,
or-
as Tony
or-
said, stands over him and says, "Okay, so hats, persistent hats," and he's like, "Hats, yeah. Okay, keep it coming. Okay, yeah, battles, yeah. Ice cream. Do you want the fungus on the rocks to move and evolve into a sentient life form, or do you just want them to immerse the planet? Because I'm good either way."
It could just be that that they're not going to show Theaters of War.
yeah, and maybe that could be why, and that's what he's working on. So it's sort of
Which, to be clear, will be disappointing. Because in my lack of a very good memory, I do distinctly remember 2 years ago them saying, "Hey guys, Theaters of War, later this year, maybe slipping to early next year. Get ready for it. Here it comes."
we're ready. We're all hyped up now.
I'm still so hyped for Theaters of War. So hyped.
Kind of a cool thing. I just wanted to make sure people knew about this. The digital goodies pack this year is free.
That's the best price.
It is a very good price. It includes a light armor, a knife, and a trophy.
Do we just get it? Do we have to log in to get it? Do we have to do a song and a dance?
They're
Free
giving
with
it
every
to
interest purchase.
they're giving it to all backers. So if you spent money on the game, you're getting it.
Sweet. Okay. We have a bot up and running. You can ask us some questions if you like.
Bot.
And either way, I think we should start talking about Star Citizen because we've got 2 episodes of stuff to talk about, and some of it's really damn cool.
A lot
So
of it's
here,
really cool.
here we go into show and tell. His first episode being all about the inventory repertory.
Oh boy.
You might want to get rid of that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Here it comes. If it comes to it, just switch the chat to followers only for the time
Leonardo.
being.
Carry on, you guys.
So inventory repertory.
So this is obviously huge for the game. They're doing tons and tons of work on the inventory right now. Getting it to a good place, basically, where it's more representative of what they want the game to actually be like. So you're going to have levels of inventory, the largest of which is going to be your local inventory, usually if you're on a space station or a landing zone, which will be all of your personal storage at that landing zone. and then ship inventory, and then your personal inventory.
I gotta ask. This is completely aside for a second. How the hell has Twitch still not done shit about this?
'Cause
What
it's
are you-
not that
what do you-
simple.
What are you running into again exactly? What are you seeing?
The bot that goes nuts with follows and then just raids you randomly with a shitload of people and then puts a load of abuse in the chat.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's not that simple to just stop that.
Yeah, that's
Because
probably
usually
why.
these people have got some sort of thing, script running, so like you IP ban them, they just get a new VPN with a new IP.
At least-
not that simple.
At least ban the name. They all start with the exact same name.
Yeah, but there's also a legitimate user that the name's based off that's sat on Twitter
Probably.
going, I'm really sorry, this is not anything to do with me.
Ah, well, I don't know. I did garbage. Anyway, people suck.
Are you excited to steal things from people and NPCs? Looting, David.
So,
Your favorite
looting
pastime.
looting is good. I'm excited for looting. Looting is important. I still need to see more about the loot. I know that this is still early. I'm a little annoyed with how long it takes for things to load in the local inventory.
Yeah.
I also found it kind of interesting because it sounded like the way they were talking about it, they're not really. I think it's just you, Fastcart. I hope it's just you.
I buffered for like 2 seconds and then it was fine.
Oh, okay. I feel like so they're just going local inventory, and that's like the station you're on.
Yep, or landing zone.
Hey, Nostalgia.
Hey, Nascavian, how's it going?
Hello.
I find that interesting because I remember them talking a lot about how they wanted to do like all of your stuff would be in a particular like cubbyhole or foot locker or whatever. I sort of like this better. I really do hope that you can just, for expediency's sake, land your ship at Grimhex or land your ship on a planet, step out, load the local inventory, grab the stuff you want from your room, and like a little bit of hand wavium it
Yep.
so that you don't
That
have
seems-
to go
It seems
to
to be the
your
way they're
room.
going. Yeah, it seems to be the way they're going.
Because I don't know. That might be a bit much. If it's like, all right, I've got this gun, I want to use it, but it's the next system over, and not only is it the next system over, it's, you know, in my apartment, so I have to get to the next system, land, get out, get to my apartment. I don't know.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I hear you.
It's a subtle, not so subtle way to encourage players to have a home base, a home system.
What- So,
I do.
go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
No. I'm just. Go ahead. I
I-
was just gonna comment on what I'm watching on the screen here.
Right. I worry about this because I see this going one of two ways. One is more like Escape from Tarkov, which you almost don't want to take your stuff with you on a mission because if you die, it is gone. Right? And are you going to want to take your best equipment out because if you die and it gets dropped? We still need to know about insurance for your inventory. I think that's really
For
important.
equipment,
The other thing that I see being a result of this, though, is I don't even know how much I'm going to use a home base as a place, as a building or somewhere. My home base will end up being my ship because that's where I'm going to be all the time, right? Like, you're going to want all of your shit in your ship.
Well, no. No. All of your shit in Star Citizen will end up being an enormous fucking pile of shit. Cargo and weapons and suits of armor and like it'd be enormous amounts of stuff.
You're gonna end up wanting a lot in your ship. You're gonna want probably 2 to 3 different sets of armor, like 5 to 10 different weapons, full thing of healing stuff. Like you're gonna need a ton of stuff in your ship. And what I want to see that isn't answered in here yet, but needs to be, is how easy is it for me to send from local inventory to my ship?
Well, we saw it. You drag it over.
Well, no, because it's dragging it onto you, right? And
No,
then
you drag it into well, maybe.
no, it's
I
dragging
don't know.
into your personal inventory. I want to know if we can send stuff directly to the ship.
I think that's where you had there was a spot where you, on the left-hand side, there was 2 tabs, one for personal and one for vehicle. And I think you could select your vehicle and then move things.
I hope so.
That's what I thought I saw in one of these clips. I'll point it out when I see it again. I also really, I have to point this out. They've been trying to do this for years, but and it's been either fully or partly in the game for years. But actually being able
It's
to
right there.
physically put things on your armor is, yeah, right here. Yeah. So he's inside his vehicle, and then he also can see local inventory because his vehicle's at that station. So then he can drag things across.
Good. That is important. I didn't catch that earlier. Also, Niskavian, yes. Things like the Endeavor, the Idris, like they are going to be making those large capital ships that are bases themselves very useful.
The thing that I want to see, and this is an interesting bit for me, is okay, your vehicle has 1 inventory. How do you display things like in gun racks? How do you display things in the Carrack has big like display cases for environment suits? Like I'm assuming that would be fairly simple, but I would like to see what their plan is there. Or whether it just like scans what you have in your vehicle's inventory and displays them automatically. I don't know how that's going to work.
Or if this is a first pass and they're going to add additional compartments
Layers.
down the road.
Yeah.
Also, Grit
Because
Spitter.
already you have different compartments on your person, right? So
Yeah. Also, Grit Spitter, I agree. That's another question that I have, though, is like, if you've got all this stuff in your ship, we already know that cargo is going to be affected in some ways by insurance. How will everything, like, we need honestly, what we need is like a not a pillar talk, but like a deep dive on how insurance is going to work when it comes to cargo, to inventory, to like explain to us how insurance is going to work now, because it's starting to, as inventories and as the equipment starts to matter, and as like personal loadouts are going to start mattering, we need to start knowing how insurance is going to cover that. Safest place is to never leave your home. Don't go outside. If you go outside, anything could happen.
I went outside once, and there were people there. It was horrible.
Hate people. People are the worst.
But I do like. I mean, I know that Sagareth said about that he doesn't like it. The simple click drag interface. I kind of like the fact that it's, finally in Star Citizen, something simple. If I want to take this off and put it on the ground.
I also really like, and one of the things I'm seeing here is it's cool. You don't actually have to drag it all the way over to the window either. If it's going on your legs, you can just drag it onto your character's legs, which is cool.
If you're a medic or something, say, if you're going to deploy something that's medically useful, I don't know what that could ever be. Maybe there is something, and you're in the middle of a firefight. You don't want to be having to filter that. Oh shit, I'm dead. You just want to be able to quickly see it, grab it, done.
Same with looting. We know
If
that
you're looting in the middle of a firefight, you have other problems, sir.
no, you don't. You know why? We already know that ammo counts are going to be low. You're not going to be able to carry 700 ammo on your person, right?
Yeah,
you run out of
okay,
an
that's
ammo,
fair, that's
you got to get to someone's corpse. There's the mag on his corpse.
Yeah.
Click, drag, done. Right?
One of the
It-
things that
And then you find
is
out
driving
they've
me-
got a different caliber.
One of the things is driving me a little bit crazy though is please, for the love of God, stack the mags.
Yes.
My God.
Stack.
It even says ×1 in the top right hand corner of all of them, and I'm like, no, I don't want 100 different entries for those mags.
They need
Stack
to stack some stuff, and honestly, the scale of it, especially when you're looking on the right in your local inventory, and you've got, as you say, there's going to be tons of stuff that you're going to have in the Star Citizen, and you have to scroll through thousands of things 2 by 2 in a line. Okay, no, come on, guys.
Honestly, I think what the best way to do that would be to give you some actual like controls at the top, which allow you to change the view.
Yeah.
Like from like a just like Windows, like big icons, small icons, lists, all the different
And also
possible
sort by
ways of
things.
doing things.
Tab for
Yep.
weapons, tab for... Which, I mean, this is all standard. It's all stuff that basically every single video game that has loot in the last 20 years has done. So I am making the assumption right
Haven't
now...
always done it well though.
No, but I'm making
So,
the assumption
doing it
that
well
Star
is important.
Citizen will do it.
Fair enough.
Making that
I mean, it
assumption.
was one of the big annoyances in The Witcher 3 when it first came out, was when you had to loot things. Loot, 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 loot. I just want to fucking pick everything up. Why can't
Yep.
I do that?
Yeah,
But that's
was one of
something
the
we gotta
things
keep
They fixed really early in that game was the loot system.
We got to keep in mind for Star Citizen, though, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to walk up to a corpse and be loot all.
No, I don't think so.
Why the fuck not?
Well, you're going to be overburdened really freaking fast. If you're looting all of their armor and all of their weapons, and, like,
I'm sorry, do you not remember the little pixie gnome things in Golden Axe that were doing exactly that, and you loved to beat up just so you could grab shit? I want someone in Star Citizen to be that little gnome pixie thing so I can beat the shit out of them and take their stuff.
don't take me wrong. When I played Oblivion, I closed every single gate I found and took every single Daedric weapon that dropped in every single instant. It didn't matter how many times I had to full inventory, like click F to move them one at a time close enough that I could just pick everything up and step through the portal at the end. I took it all.
Yeah.
I know. I
Were you like me?
understand.
Were you,
Yep.
were you like a player dragon as well? You just got all this shit. You might not sell it, because
Yep.
it might be useful.
Yeah.
You've out-leveled it, but you don't want to get rid of it, so it's just, I'm going to sleep on this horde.
I might
Yeah.
have like 80 Daedric maces, but I can't sell them because I might need them. I'm a mage. I've never swung a mace in my life, but I might need one of these
never know.
someday.
Yeah,
You never know
never
when you
know.
need to start an army.
It's true. In a game that doesn't support it.
Could be DLC. You never know.
There could be that one quest where it's like, have you got 80 Daedric maces per chance? Because I could do with that. And you're like, finally, my day has come. I'm going to go to the Oblivion Gates and get another 80 Daedric maces because I don't want to give you my horde.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
give you what I've got. Someone else might need
Yeah.
what I've got.
Yeah. And it's like in some of the earlier MMOs, like I played City of Villains, you would get these drops that could give you boosts to accuracy. And if you got the highest tier one, you're like, oh, I'll just put that because I might need that one day. And then when you should use it, you're like, oh, I don't
But I
know,
might need it another day.
I might need it. Yeah, yeah. And then you complete the game at the end and you're like, ah, I should have used that.
I'm really bad with
But I'm not gonna-
medkit. I'm really bad with medkits and potions for this. I'll have like 200 potions, and I'm like, you never know.
playing through Divinity Original Sin 2, and it's like I mean,
God.
I've got
Oh, God.
dozens of of scrolls and potions and arrows, but I can't use any of the arrows because I might come up with a fight later that I need the arrows. Anyway.
I think most people who play games are hoarders when they play games.
I think so, yes.
I want to move us on because we do have a lot still to cover.
Hang on. In a related question, now we theorize that your hangar and your hubs are safe areas for your massive dragon horde. But what if they're not? Why would they be, really? I mean, why can't you be a burglar as a profession? What if I want to break into your Star Citizen hab and steal your 80 Daedric maces?
Interesting.
We know it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen to ships.
I think that will be possible once player bases are a thing, but I'm not sure how well you'd be able to get away with it in a current landing zone.
Maybe a little scale, like if you're in particularly high security space. No,
Grimhex I could see.
That is a genuinely safe area. But then somewhere like Grimhex, yeah, if you're stupid enough to store 80 Daedric maces in this locker, you're fair game.
I'm just imagining people being like, okay, I put a lock on my door, and then I have a chest on the inside that has a lock on it, and then inside that chest there's another chest with a lock on it.
I think, again, a lot of it's going to come down to insurance, right? And we know that for ship
Probably.
insurance, like, your ship will be insured depending on the like threat level of the area you are in, right? So if you decide to have a
And
base,
the level of insurance you purchased, yeah.
yeah. So if you decide to have a base in a ne'er-do-well area, then you know what? You might be fucked. But that's your choice. What I will say is I do like this new Mobiglass app, Knickknacks. Good name.
It looks so good.
Shiver, if you weren't, I don't know if you watched the episode, but Knickknacks is an app that's being added to Mobiglass that tracks where all of your stuff is. So you're able to open all of the different areas as containers and see all of the stuff you have that's in there. And they do have like a little bit of sorting. You're able to sort for like it's selected of Stanton, so you can go to Orison, Port Olisar, Grimhex,
There's
whatever.
also item categories.
And there's item categories. So they are going to.
My only request for this is a search bar.
Yeah, search bar would be nice, and this is still early in implementation, but it is at least going to let you know, oh, that's where I left my thong.
Obviously in your Aurora, right?
Bang stang.
Oh, the bangs thing. Wow. Wow, you were trying to be a cliche when you grew up.
Yarrow eat. Yeah.
It's something that's been needed. You know, when we are all inevitably gonna have 8,000 Daedric axes or whatever. Yeah, we need to know where they all are because it's very fucking important.
Why are you looting that guy? He's got guns on him. Don't you have like 18 of those guns already? Yeah, but now I've got 19.
Yeah, you don't know my life. Yeah, I mean, the thing that's going to be, God, I hope, is some form of crafting where you can break down this shit, use these spare parts, experiment around, and, you know, do it as a profession, do it as a hobby, something to encourage you to not hoard.
It's not I hope, it will be there because, god damn it, it's one of the reasons I bought an Endeavor.
I mean,
actually, even before that, it's one of the reasons I bought the Freelancer pack that gives me the engineering guidebook with it someday.
They still haven't confirmed crafting as a thing, just tuning. And we haven't heard about that for a while.
We haven't heard about that in a long time.
I would imagine crafting would be a thing. It would seem kind of silly if it wasn't. At least to an extent, anyway. But one of the things I want to know is like it looks like they're gonna let us build player bases, and I've often theorized about building space stations, especially for organizations. I'm curious if somewhere off in the distance here they're going to let us make ships. I doubt it, but I'm curious. Even if it was like a kit bash thing where it was like, you can make a ship, but it's not like you can make a custom ship. It has to be one of these things.
I can't see that. Yeah, I can't see that. I can see us buying ships only. I don't know. It'd be nice. I do all this inventory stuff. Honestly, I'm looking at the inventory stuff and the loot stuff, and this is honestly, I think, for me at least, one of my last remaining, like, I'm not sure about this. Everything else for the game, to me, I get it. I get where they're going, I get what they're doing, I get what the point is and what they're striving for and where they're hoping they'll end up, and at this point it's just a journey waiting for them to get there. When it comes to loot and inventory and, like, because there is no character progression, right? There are no stats, it's all skill based, so the only way your character can improve is with the loot that you get. So the loot that you get is going to matter as much as it does for a ship, right? Because a ship is important, and then you've got all of the different hardpoints, and then you've got all the different components. There's a ton to a ship. There's gotta be, maybe not as much, but some significant customization for characters themselves, and that is the one thing we haven't really seen yet, because right now, you know, a bearing assault rifle is a bearing assault rifle is a bearing assault rifle. They're all identical, and there aren't that many weapons, right? So, like, everyone you encounter is going to have the same bearing assault rifle. Yeah, this is the loot specifically, how insurance deals with it, how it's dropped, what can be dropped, what are the variations, how can you upgrade it, how can you craft it. Everything surrounding loot is, to me, the last unanswered about Star Citizen.
There's
yeah.
a lot of questions. A lot.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But yeah, it's also first implementation, so we shouldn't expect. So this is the first implementation of loot, and here is how everything with loot is going to work in the final release product. It's not going to happen.
It's going to continually evolve over the next few years.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't expect that at all, but
This looks quite good for a first implementation, I have to say.
It does.
Absolutely.
But this is, I'd say that this is also the one that we have the least forward-looking view on.
Yes, but you can also understand why when it's because all of these questions are questions they are also asking themselves, which lead on to other questions that they ask themselves, which they have to have at least a theory for. And right now, it's very much, let's just get the loot in the fucking thing first. You know, let's have breakfast before we think about supper.
I'll tell you why. The reason we don't know about this is because they hadn't done a design document for it yet and released it publicly. By the time they realized, shit, every time we release one of these, we are locking ourselves into X. We gotta stop doing this.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, there is a design document out this week.
Oh, yeah?
Which I thought you would probably be happy about, Mr. David.
What's that?
Yeah, Lore Maker's Guide to Regeneration. So it's deep dive on what the hell is going on with Death of a Spaceman and what the various terms are around it, how they define those terms, what the technology is, how it came to be, so on and so forth.
I read that actually, and I liked their reasoning for, okay, we have to go with regeneration, and I liked their sort of, all right, we get it. This hasn't really existed before in the lore. We're going to, like, we're just going to sort of retcon stuff a little bit and just live with it. And from now on, lore will take it into account. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Good. That is exactly what you need to do. Don't get... my favorite novels of all time are Discworld by Terry
Where's
Pratchett.
Molly?
Discworld.
Oh.
I think Discworld is the best series of literature ever written, period. And one of the things that I think Terry Pratchett did so well in writing Discworld is that there are a couple of things that are constant. Everything else is just like there weren't any immutables, right? It was just, oh no, I need to change this, so I'm going to change it. Oh, this doesn't make sense anymore. All right, it doesn't make sense anymore. Here we go. Like,
I mean,
For everybody out there, did you know that there are 41 books in Discworld?
41. And they are every single one of them. Okay, every single one of them but one, which I haven't read because I refuse to read it, because when I read it, it's done. So I won't.
that's fair.
I can't. I literally cannot bring myself to read Raising Steam, because when I do, that's it. There's no more Terry Pratchett in the world, and I don't. That I haven't read.
That's not the last book, though.
I'm not counting the Tiffany Aching ones.
The last one is The Shepherd's Crown, according
Yeah,
to
that's
Goodreads.
Tiffany Aching.
Oh, okay.
They're very good series of books. But on regeneration,
Sorry.
I believe traditionally you can only regenerate 13 times, and there's a chance you may not be the same gender you were on your next regeneration.
It's true. I'm excited by regeneration. I'm glad that they showed it off a bit. I'm glad they explained a little bit about how it works, and I'm okay with the lore. Like, it's, you know what? It's clearly a science fiction hand-wavium MacGuffin,
Totally.
but
There was no other way to do it.
Well, no, because they could have tried to find another way of doing it that made sense in science. And it's just like, guys, no. Just, this makes sense for the game. It has to be done for the game, because otherwise the game is going to suck. Right?
There are some things, you know, and Chris Roberts has tried really hard to make things as realistic as possible. And for a lot of things in this game. But
Death
there comes
sucks.
a point where it's just comes a point at which it's like, you know, it's a game, it's not reality, and it needs to be a little different.
Yeah.
You know, or a little science fiction-y to make it work. A lot of science fiction does that with artificial gravity. You know, like. In Star Trek, well, why is everyone just able to walk around the deck of the ship? Well, it's artificial gravity. How does it work? Well,
Yeah.
it does.
Handwavium. Anyway,
Why are the ships in Star Trek always the exact same plane? You know, and they're never like, just does. Shut the fuck up and watch the show.
why are lightsabers possible? Shut up.
Oh, that's what you're going to go for in Star Wars, not the Force. You're going to go with lightsabers.
No.
Actually, no one actually.
Someone built one, but it has a backpack, and
So did the early lightsabers.
it's true. It's true. I you know what? The Force to me is fine. It's magic. Magic systems
Yeah.
don't need to be explained. And honestly, most magic systems, if you explain them...
I'll have you know, the midi-chlorians... No, I can't even bring myself to complete that sentence.
Thank you. As soon as you explain a magic system, it loses the magic, right? It's why midi-chlorians sucked so much. It was like, don't try and explain it. Just have magic. Star Citizen has no magic, therefore it cannot have any magic. But Star Wars has magic, so cool. It's magic. I don't care. It's magic.
Exactly.
You know what? Magic. What they do, super serious, is well, no, I mean they don't do it yet. They're almost in Star Wars: The Future. They've almost made it to nuclear to fusion, so they're almost powered by fusion, but they haven't quite cracked the code on fusion yet.
Wow.
Fusion is
That's
always
really- Go ahead.
fusion is always 5 years away.
Oh, it's gone down since I was a kid. It used to be 20 years away.
Fusion's come a long way in the last
Yeah.
10 years. There are actual like several multi-billion-dollar fusion power stations being
And
built.
they're still
Will
they're all
they
like
work?
10 years away.
Will they
from-
work? Maybe.
Next year, they're actually building one that's 70% to scale.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
cool.
They actually had a really they turned one on and actually got more output than they put in for the first time, I think, ever.
Which one is that?
I don't remember. I saw it recently. Anyway,
Send me
I'll
a thing.
try and find it and send you a thing. Let's move
Cool.
back on to Star Citizen.
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about a couple things here.
They have fusion engines, don't they? I don't know.
Don't think so.
What are they actually? What the fuck? Where is the energy coming from on the ships in Star Citizen?
I don't know.
The power plant. The power plant. But what is the
What
power
kind of
plant doing?
plant is it? Yeah.
I have no idea.
I know
It's-
a
that
side
is-
question, but it's just occurs to me. I haven't got a clue.
That is
Anyone
lore.
else?
That is lore that was established a very, very long time ago. I don't actually know if they've changed it from this, but like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, back when they were first writing some of the lore about things like that, how the ship engines worked, how artificial gravity in the ships worked, etc., they actually solicited ideas from the community, and how the ship engines worked is one of the ones that some of the stuff that I submitted to got incorporated in back in the day. I don't know if they kept that explanation, but yeah.
Adonis. He's right, you know. Well, they're right, you know. I'm sorry if I misgendered you.
I would love to know how power plants work in Star Citizen. Why do I not know this?
Right.
Are they
it's
fusion?
one of those things. It's just suddenly come to me like, what the fuck are they running on? How do they make electricity? Is it like a little kettle in the back?
Damn it!
Little steam turbines?
You know what? Why is Jake not here? Is Jake here?
Would Jake know?
He better know. He's control of all the information in Star Citizen.
Magnets. It's magnets.
Must be magnets. All right, we're moving on. We've got to move. We've got to continue the Star Citizen talk. So, because we've got a second week of stuff, and there is a ton in it. So here we go. Locked containers. I thought this was interesting because they were talking about how one, like as they're showing in this one, you can use a key code on it, or you can have a tool to cut containers open. I like this. It all goes back to loot. It's important.
Awesome. More details on loot.
Yeah. This one is
I'm pretty sure that all of your codes are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah. From now on, it's the Uber code.
Mm-hmm.
Really important. They changed the fleet management.
ASOP terminals.
Yep. To building blocks.
They're over to building blocks, so they can actually fix them and they'll work now.
It looks identical, but it should work now, which is important.
The whole
Because
idea.
we do like things in Star Citizen to work.
Yeah, it'll be great when they are finally done getting all this over to building blocks.
Yeah. They also talked about they've added a disconnected screen state for all the screens just to make the screens look cool. And to it's just another detail.
This made me realize that because I was like, you know what? Real screens do that too. I'm like, oh shit! Somebody actually had to design the little thing that bounces around your screen and tells you that, that it's not connected to anything.
Yep. They also talked about the interface made with building blocks on a bunch of the different mining usables, which are kind of cool, that you can strap on to really big rocks to give them a good pounding.
Yeah.
This one,
So,
Neo Kunis. Do you
Yeah.
think there's a military grade one called Milo Kunis?
yes.
Okay.
So what these do is basically you put them onto particularly large deposits, and then they have like specific effects. They're actually listed right on the gadget there. They make it more mineable. They make it, faster to extract things, so on and so forth. Pretty cool idea. Because actually, from someone who actually does mining, you come across rocks all the time where you're like, my mining laser can't do anything with this. I can't mine that.
Where are we next? Outfits for employees at all of the various shops. This is good because they were talking not just about, they have to design all the logos and they have to choose all the color palettes, and all of that is really important. But what they're doing here is some look dev on basically standardizing uniforms so that they can, without having to go into a lot of design work and design each individual uniform for each individual company, say, here's the logo for the company, here's the color palette we've chosen, and bam, it's on a uniform, and the uniform's done. So you'll notice that all of these have the same, they're all very similar, and it's that sort of look dev, because otherwise, God. Yeah. Sorry, Shiver.
I love the variety of the logos and the thought that they've got to put into it, because it's like, you see a thing go past and you're like, oh, that's drinks bars, pizza bar, but why do all the staff look the same in all these different shops?
I want to know why they look like Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, he's standing up, so we don't know who the real one is.
I'm so old. Actually, no,
but
we
yeah,
do
that-
know. Hang on. We do know. These are all of his different regenerated clones that he managed to regenerate without killing all of them off. So now he actually has to go and find them and kill them off before.
And he can do that because he's working in fast food.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Which is your favorite logo of these?
Who are you asking?
I don't know.
Both of you.
Oh. The burger, because I'm biased, because I love burgers. I fucking love burgers.
I mean, who
Which
doesn't love
burgers though? Bob's Burgers, Whammers.
Loteria.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really like the Whammers logo there, to be honest.
I like the Elroy's one. I
Yeah,
don't know why.
I like Elroy's right there, where it's just the name with the 3 reds on the side. I think that looks cool.
Ooh, that is really cool. Yeah, I
mean-
like that.
It's classy.
The person logo, it emits that retro sci-fi look, which I love. I'm not so impressed with
There-
Kelto.
Kelto's got nothing.
they need to make sure that, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this, and they have so many people working on audio and music and everything. They really need to come up with jingles for these brands that play in the stations on the speakers. Because is anybody else here play Earth and Beyond, the MMO?
Whammers, get your burgers in a minute.
Didn't figure I'd be the only one of the three of us that play a space MMO. Earth and Beyond had this brand called Tadao, and every time you walked into a station that was a Tadao station, you'd hear this big, strong wow, Tadao.
What does Elroy's serve? Is that like soup? Is it a cup of coffee?
Oh,
I
it's
thought
their
it was
coffee
coffee
place.
and like a little
Elroy's
cafe.
is a coffee place.
Elroy serves your coffee right. Boo-doo.
Time for coffee
gotta
with
have
the
the
boys.
blue
Go
again.
to Elroy's.
Ah, yes. All right. We got problems.
Yeah, we've always had problems.
Lost your money to a load of scammers? Come to Whammers.
I mean, how would that help?
Cheap. You need
What
food.
burgers? What can't they solve?
So they talked about, I don't remember what they called this actually. But this next thing is pretty cool. They've talked about this like a year or two ago, but now we're seeing the implementation of the ability to design armor that all works together, so you can still have like a unique helmet with standard armor, but then when you put it with the set armor that it goes with, you get this cool little cowl thing. Basically making cool looking armor and still allowing it to be equipped with non-set armor, so it'll all look cool together and
No,
not
I think it's a really cool idea.
yeah. And it won't, and they're doing it so that like things won't clip through other meshes and stuff. It's important, and I like it. And also they're showing off this armor, which looks neat. I like the cowl. It's kind of cool. Looks very, I don't know, bug-like, honestly. And then, oh my god. Wow. That is, thank you, Rhythm Shifter. I don't know why you've been doing this for that long. But I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's something. Wow. So I don't really like this ejection camera. I don't want it to go into a third person camera. I want it to be first person. And also, where's the parachute? Thank you, Fast Cart. We love you.
Don't think you
Who
don't need
needs
a parachute in
parachute?
space.
What if you're inland? On land. In atmosphere. That's the word. Atmosphere.
Why are you ejecting from your ship in atmosphere?
Because it's about to explode.
You shot
Die
down.
with your ship like a man.
Die with your ship like a man.
I'm not a man.
Shiver Bathory 2021. Stencil to the side of my ship.
Wasn't a jet fighter? I might be mistaken here, but wasn't there a jet fighter that had serious problems with the ejection system in that the cockpit didn't blow out, and so if you ever did eject, you'd
Yep.
be a splat on the window.
Yeah,
And I
that's been
can't
an
help
issue
but
before.
wonder- I can't help but wonder whether or not if your ship in Star Citizen is ever going to be so damaged that the cockpit doesn't blow out, and you're just, oh shit.
If that happens, what cybernetics do you get?
Good question, actually. Do you just get like this rack and you're stretched out on there and someone has to spray you when you say moisturize me?
No, that's when you change gender. You get the rack.
Oh boy. You okay over there, David? He's just gonna leave now. Okay. Also, apparently, you can get drunk and fly your ship. It's not recommended. It will be hard to fly or drive.
I'm still not seeing the appeal of this. I've, like, for a laugh, in Star Citizen, yeah, once and then never again because fuck that. I turned into a smear on the cockpit.
You could have
I can
like
see it being.
you could have like
forced.
drunk dueling with your buddies.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
guess.
drink 3 beers and then try and win a dogfight.
I mean, I could see it being forced in Squadron. You know, it's like in Squadron you're having a drink with. Oh yeah, I was going to say with Sandy's character, but she plays the AI, so that's not going to work very well. Gillian Anderson's character, because you know, who wouldn't? And you're drunk because you're off duty or something, and then suddenly pirates attack, and you've got to get out there pissed as a fart and fight drunk because apparently that's what you do in the military.
All the
But
time.
out of choice, I don't know why this is a thing. Apart from, yeah, okay, cool, immersion, but
Shiver?
why?
I
Really?
gotta say, I don't know why people drive drunk in real life, but they do.
I think some of the medicine can be used. Yeah, but at least in real life, you could be like, okay, you're a cock. You are actually drunk and driving. But in Star Citizen, you're not actually drunk. Your character might be, and there's gonna be, and I
mean,
expect
maybe-
that it will happen. I'm drunk in real life. I'm going to drink in the game, and you just think, oh, cringe.
Yeah, exactly. People are gonna RP it. Well, if I'm gonna drink, my character can drink too. There you go.
You're gonna have people on 890 jumps drinking because they want to. Like, people are gonna RP the hell out of Star Citizen. Like, Star Citizen is gonna be one of the most RPable games. Look at the facial capture already. Like, you're gonna be able to meet people in Star Citizen and sit at a bar and have a conversation with them and see. I know, but people are going to, Shiver. And you'll see their actual face moving and look like it's gonna happen. And
What Twitch 909 says, okay, I can see that making some sense in there.
actually, Disco at this point in the episode did say to use the metagun on the back of your pilot's head, and they'll get this effect or something worse as they're flying. So somebody try that.
Just
I
a
don't.
prank, Rob.
Yeah. Well named,
Owl-sized
well named
taser out.
Haramis.
Prank.
This is Haramis knows me well. This is the most beautiful ship in Star Citizen, period.
He's very pretty.
I-
I love these shots. I love these shots on all the ships. The components, and seeing
Yeah.
where they all go. Oh,
I love these landing gear. They are chunky.
oh, they're so
like
nice.
they're but look at this ship and like it's got that little front thing too. I literally cannot get over this ship. I'm so incredibly happy with it. They haven't
Yeah,
finished
she's
the
real
weapon.
nice.
They haven't finished the weapon because they've got the same weapon in there on both the Inferno
Yep.
and the Ion, but
not done yet.
cannot
Very
wait to
close
fly it.
though. I think
can't-
they have what they said. They have one more pass, and then they're done.
it's the best looking ship in Star Citizen.
It makes me want to swap one of my ships for this ship. It's really, really nice.
I don't know if it's going to be useful at all. I think
I have no idea.
Its gun might be too big and too slow to do anything relevant to the gameplay that I will be doing, but I don't care. Look at it.
All right.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah, she real pretty. Shiver, are you geeking out as much as me at seeing all of the placements for all the components on the ships?
I am. Over that, yeah, I am. I love that. You know how I am with moving parts on a ship and
It's
things,
gonna be
like
so
seeing these little compartments open up and the innards exposed, like the battery life support, and you're just like, yeah, I love that, and it brings
just
the
makes me-
imagination forth. And
Exactly. It makes me imagine, like, after a firefight, I'm like, oh, fuck, my shield generator number 2 is out. And I have to crawl across the hull and open it and then rip it out and throw it into space because it's garbage now.
yeah,
And then a reclaimer shows up.
And then I die. And then I'm regenerated.
I gotta say, that's actually something I'm also really excited to learn more about. I want to know more about reclaiming ships, and if I can, just peel one apart with someone still in it.
He's a little dark, that one.
have you got? I don't know if I'm skipping ahead or not, but with the engine animations, or well, the lighting up and
No,
Not
we
lighting
haven't hit that yet. I think we're actually just
Oh.
about to.
okay.
Here we go.
The glowy thing is so cool.
On the Redeemer.
It's all pretty.
This is
Oh, that is. Of course, it's a fucking Redeemer. Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the Adrian.
Really
so.
like that.
As I understand it, this is some work they've been doing to allow glow to turn off and on at will. But this is done in a different way than like particle effects, so it actually will save some GPU budget when they use it. So it's being implemented first on the Redeemer, but we can expect to see stuff like this on other ships as well. I fully expect this to be used to great effect on Origin ships.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
I was
yep,
thinking
yep.
of like the nacelles on the Vanguard finally lighting up like 2 eyes.
Yes,
in the dark.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
Make that ship look beautiful again.
But it's a lovely effect, isn't it? It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, they're constantly pushing for nicer and nicer effects in this game. And we haven't even gotten to the new renderer yet, which is coming pretty fast, I think.
All right, this next one is going to determine whether you're good people or not. So, interior of the Redeemer. One, I gotta say, I love the color scheme, like the gray blue and the like dim muted red. Really like it. But steampunk
Really
choo
nice.
choos. Yes or no?
I'm gonna go wait for Shiver to answer first.
I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe
Everyone
not
in
that
chat.
Your animation.
Yes. All
Everyone
on
in
the
chat,
steampunk
yes or
choo-choos.
no? Yes or no? Quick.
Absolutely. But if
I'm
you're
all-
if they're gonna make that happen, there needs to be some pulse on the shields when in time with the thing going around on the inside.
There definitely does.
Maybe not a maybe when you turn the shields on, they clunk and click into place. I tolerate them a spin on the disc when the shields are on, but constant, yeah, no.
So what I think is it shouldn't be constant. When you turn on the shield, it should start. And then maybe when the shield is doing nothing, it's really slow, like a quarter of this speed or something, like slow it down significantly. But then when the shield starts taking fire and starts getting hit, then they start moving, and they go faster and faster depending on how much trouble the shield is in. That would be
so
cool. That would be cool, would it not? You're like you're running
walking on the
through.
inside and you see them going like this, and you're like, holy fuck, motherfucker.
Because the pilot knows, right? The pilot of
Yeah.
your ship knows what's going on, but no one else in the ship has a clue. And this is a ship that's going to hold people, right? Can you imagine the other people in the ship come up and they see those things just going and being like, "Oh shit."
The more I see it, the
I
more
like
I
it.
fucking hate it. Actually,
He's not a steampunk choo-choo.
I'll say I don't
but I
really
still
like
want
the
this fucking ship.
I don't really like
I
the
want
angle.
This ship.
I sort of wish the like it was coming down from the ceiling rather than up from the side. The thing that's pushing.
I
Like I
mean-
feel like it should be from the ceiling rather than the side. But anyway, that's a.
I got a strong feeling from Jared that this isn't gonna make it into the final ship anyway. So
I will say though, and I don't know how often they can do it, but I like the idea of one of the problems I think with most of the ships is there are no moving parts. Period. Even when it comes to engines, nothing moves, right? I would really like some moving parts in these ships. I think that
I
would
can
be
see why they won't do it though, because that is more and more resources being used.
it is. But
I mean, we look down at an engine and we just see this moving engine, and you think to yourself, "Oh, that's just one block, that's just one little thing." But as far as the engine's concerned, that is one entire moving entity, and in many ways, it might as well be a fucking huge asteroid that's a moving entity, because to the engine, there's not much of a difference between it just recognizes it as this is a moving entity, this is a moving entity, and every little bit has to be a moving entity. I mean, there are ways around that, obviously, but I do agree. I would like to see more movement on ships, but maybe not steampunk ships.
I'm thinking the Hercules. You know when you get into Hercules and the engine's sort of right there and it's really long and you can sort of lift up those panels to take a look at it. When you lift up the panel, show me something moving. Right? It's only there. Anyway, I like the idea of seeing some movement inside the ships personally.
Yeah,
Um,
but not as. Not
the gravity generators usually have some movement to them.
the Vulture.
Yeah, the vulture. More vulture.
They've got a good start. They can carry on.
I'm sat here thinking of something, and my first one was, we can pray that they do something, and I'm like, wait, vulture's not a bird of prey. It's a scavenger, and you're like, carry on, well done. Gotta give you credit for that one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really proud.
Yeah. Well done. Second pun of the year. Well done.
You know why? 3 of these.
Fair enough.
Look, my engine's starting to rust. It needs lubrication.
Does your engine have moving parts?
I don't know. I've never taken a look under the hood.
How would you know it needs lubrication then?
Runs better.
Is the engine getting gummed up?
Runs better when lubricated. The Vulture looks good. I'm excited for this ship mostly because I'm excited for salvage. And this is the ship that I believe this is the ship that salvage will be coming with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. They're going side by side into the verse.
Have we got the Vulture coming next year?
next year.
For salvage?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
and with
next
salvage
year-
is playing too.
Next
Got
year.
quite a few mechanics on the way. A big one like salvage, first iteration, obviously. The
That's
Starfare
ship
being able
ship
to
salvage.
refuel.
Ship salvage because we're gonna get hand salvage before then, I believe.
Okay.
No leg salvage? You can only salvage people's hands? At least I'll be able to give people the middle finger.
Trying to think of a regeneration joke, and it's not grokking.
Nothing's coming to hand?
No. And I don't want to start something without something in mind, and I don't want to put a foot in the mouth, so
Yeah, there you
Oh.
get cock up.
this one is beautiful. Look at this cute. The Hull A is, I love it. Look at it. It is
The
so
whole
cute.
series are going to be. I can't wait for them.
The Hull A is so cute. It's like it
Awesome
is
visibility.
it is the little engine that could. I hope they do it in blue.
I mean, you will be able to make it blue.
I feel like between this gray box that looks great, I think. The interior looks nice. The exterior looks nice. It's got so much. Look at that visibility. It can
Really nice
actually
visibility.
see out it.
They took a lot of cues from the Prospector there.
They did. And I keep thinking, I look at this and I think, fuck, the Freelancer sucks, doesn't it?
It's funny you said, because when I saw it, you probably got it coming up later with the new rendered texture. I thought, damn, that really does look like a more dedicated transport freelancer.
It looks like they've got the same art style, but like
Freelancer still needs. It's. I mean, I'm a little not as gung ho on David saying that the entire Freelancer needs to be redone, but the cockpit doesn't really fit the other MISC ships now. So I don't. It should be changed.
The current Freelancer is just not very in keeping with MISC's rustic aesthetic. And if anyone
Which is
gets
ironic, 'cause the freelancer
This
was
is
the first
rustic.
one to go.
no, if anyone gets that reference, please tell me, and I will applaud you. It's a
I
specific
really
reference.
like the animations on the spindles.
Look
for
at the Hull
cargo.
C. Look
Hull
at the
C.
Hull C.
It's so pretty. Sorry, I lost it there for a moment. The Hull C is gorgeous, and will be a big mainstay of this entire game.
That is going to be the most common ship, aside from the Aurora.
I think the Hull
verse.
A's and B's will be more common, but the Hull C will be probably one of the most common big ships.
Yeah, these are going to be everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and it's beautiful.
And so they gave it proper VTOL thrusters. Reminder: it cannot land while fully laden, but it can land if it's empty.
Yep, looks really good inside. Looks really good outside.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
It's
I-
really.
I can't pinpoint the exact design language on it, but things like the doors, the not exactly exposed cabling, but the rounded shielded part interiors. It does scream to you transport vessel, doesn't it? There's just something about it that you're just like, this is a transport vessel. I can tell I'm on a cargo transport vessel. It's
Well,
such a good job.
And to me, the thing that's most exciting about these is you think about Star Citizen, you think about the stuff that they've been touting for years now as integral to Star Citizen, and that is Quanta and how Quanta are going to work, and you know we've seen smidgens of it in UI of like dots moving around and stuff, but these are going to be the dots. The Hull A's, B's, and C's, those are going to be the things moving around the verse that create all of the extra gameplay inherent with Quanta. That is what's going to get attacked by pirate. That is what is going to create a distress call. That is what is going to create salvage opportunity. That is what is going to create opportunity to loot a dead ship. Like, the hull A's, B's, and C's are where the economy of Star Citizen is going to live in, and that is where it's going to come from. They are so important. Really glad to see them doing work on it, and also really glad that they look so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the animation's really good too. And that engine, look at that. That is a thick engine.
Oh, the Hull C's.
The whole
Yeah.
C's, yeah.
The Hull C's engine it's just beautiful. I've always really liked the engine section for these ships. Also, the Hull D and E are even more impressive. Like the engine array. It's gonna be great. Great to see.
On the subject of the Hull E, do you think we're still going to keep that big, like, advertising board on either side of it? Because I'd love
If
that.
they
Yes.
don't, I'm gonna be
touch.
one of those assholes on Spectrum that's always complaining about shit. I'm gonna go on there. I'm gonna be creating 20 threads
Yeah.
about
I mean,
where'd my advertising board go on my Hull E.
I'm not going to be incredibly fussy about it. I don't care if I can sell the space or I don't even have one. If the space can be customized or changed to whatever I want, as long as the fucking thing is there, it would be amazing. You get serious Blade Runner vibes off that thing, you know, just
Yeah.
this traveling advert.
So cool.
You know, it's such a good touch to the ship, and for a transport vessel, it's so good looking. The fuck off.
Look at 18-wheelers right now.
Series is so good.
Look at 18-wheelers right now. 18-wheelers advertise what they're carrying. Now, a Hull E isn't going to be advertised a Hull E isn't going to be able to advertise what it's carrying because it's carrying the entire contents of a small moon. But yeah, they need to have those advertisements on there. I can't wait to see it. And they've got they are developing such a rich, like, lore of in-game stores that it would be honestly disappointing if they didn't use the space to advertise them.
Yeah, I think one way that I would like them to do it, since there's so much other like player choice in Star Citizen, I don't necessarily think I think actually being able to choose which advertisements you like to create advertisements, I'm not sure how easy that would be for them to do, but allowing you to choose what you're advertising and how much it pays you and, you know, that type of things would be really cool.
I don't think you'll be able to make your own advertisements, but I could see advertisements being honestly in mission form. Like, it's a mission from this company to run your advertisement on the board for this duration. Done.
I'm with Twitch 909 on this, and I think it could be part of the whole on-site recognition thing. If it is a player ship that's in an org, you're going to see the org, that player's org's banner. If it's an SPC,
NPC?
sorry, too many TTRPGs in the last couple of weeks. If it's an NPC ship, then it'll have like a generic NPC-owned company thing on the side of it. You know, just part of the on-site recognition, so that you can know if you're going to have to put up with a player or can negotiate with a player, or if it's just an NPC that you can just go, right, steal your stuff, thanks, bye.
These are not going to be easy to steal from, but
No.
I mean, it's all part of the scale, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
your smaller pirate roving bands are going to go for Hull C's at the biggest, maybe, probably,
Bees.
and then your really large orgs are going to have this whole organized structure and like a well-oiled machine of how they rob a Hull E. You know, the fighters go in, they disable it, the bigger ships go in, hold it in place. Everyone's offloading it into the back of their Caterpillar.
problem is, no one's going to do that with a Hull E. Get a Caterpillar full of a Hull E. Oh, cool! You got 3
you'll
boxes.
need several Caterpillars, yeah, but at the same time, any smart pirate org is going to be like, okay, Caterpillar up top, Caterpillar but underneath, Caterpillar either side. Load up those Caterpillars, go in separate directions. We meet up at this point here.
To
at
rob a
such and
Hull
such
E,
time,
you're
blah,
going to
blah.
want some Hull Ds. To rob a hull D, you're going to want some Cs. Rob a C, you're going to want some Bs. Once you get to a C, or C,
Pirate Orc is going to get in, get out. They might even not
Honestly,
be able to loot the whole thing. Just get
No.
the most expensive things, throw it in the cat, get the fuck out, dodge, meet up.
they're just gonna
Have a drink.
they're gonna get on there and take the most expensive shit and get out of there. I think.
how are
Yeah.
they going to find the most expensive shit? It's all in boxes. They won't know what's where.
Biggest box there is.
Scanners.
Means nothing.
Scanners.
Time.
The ship might have an inventory of its own that you can check. You know, you can just walk up to a terminal and go, okay, unload. I want.
Oh
this
my
group,
God.
You know, Pirate Group A. I want you to unload Arm A. Pirate Group B. You're going to go and take that arm over there, and so on. There's ways.
No, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry, but I have to completely disagree because a Caterpillar has 576 SCUs.
What are you completely disagreeing with?
Hang on.
We
A
were
Caterpillar.
7 points brought up.
I know, but a Caterpillar. Hang on. A Caterpillar is 576 SCU. A Hull E is 98,304 SCU. It would take 170 Caterpillars to offload a Hull E.
That's why I said you're looking for specific cargo.
Yeah, Eric and I both said it. You take the most expensive shit, the most highly profitable shit, throw that on your cat, and get out of Dodge.
They're gonna make it so it takes time to scan.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be
Yeah.
able to protect yourself.
But they're
But-
going to make it so it takes time for reinforcements to come.
And I'm gonna say that's what I'm saying is a Caterpillar is too small to hit a Hull E. Even multiple Caterpillars, you're gonna want Hull Bs, Cs, or Ds
Why
to
though?
hit it.
You don't want all the cargo. You want the boxes full of gold.
No,
Or
what you
whatever
want
the most expensive shit is that's on there.
No, what you want is you want maybe 2 cargo ships devoted to trying to find what is most valuable. The rest of them, you want loading anything you can from the second you stop that hull, because there's no guarantee you're going to find the most valuable thing. There's no guarantee. You want to make it profitable.
True. And like a big factor of the fun for piracy is that anxiety you're feeling when you're robbing, when you're out there pillaging and robbing.
Yeah.
The anxiety of you could be attacked at any moment, so you just get quick
Get it
shit
and-
on there. Hope, yeah. But there will also be times when a pirate can take a little bit more time, or they're a bit more professional.
You know what? Hang on, guys.
It's the variety.
I hate to say it, but we are all morons because Twitch 909 has it. Just take the Blaze ship.
You could take the ship, but what if the trip's being tracked? The ship is slower. The ship is harder to defend.
I mean, you can try and take the ship, but you maybe you want to do that.
It's a viable alternative. This is the thing about it is there are so many different ways to approach a situation, and the way that Star Citizen is being set up is there is no single solution to a problem. You approach this the way that you want to approach this in the way you're most comfortable with.
I also
That's
wonder.
the glory of the sandbox.
I also really wonder if you're just going to be able to. And I would love to hear them comment about this. If you'll just be able to like blow off one of the arms on with all the cargo on it, and just like blow it right off the fucking ship, and be like, "You can go on your merry way. I'm taking all the stuff that just fell off your ship."
I mean, it's the rule of the road at the moment, isn't it? If you're behind a car transporter and one of the cars falls off, legally it's yours.
Like, is that how it works?
That is the law of the land.
I'm not sure that one's been tested fully in court, to be honest, but
Finders keepers, losers weepers rule.
in 315,
Yeah, I believe that's the name of the act.
in 315, they have moved Olisar slightly.
They did. They pulled a Deep Space Nine.
I don't get it.
Get that.
Is that a
In Deep
movie?
Space Nine, in Deep Space Nine, in the first
Oh.
episode, they moved the space station.
Why would they do that? Why is there a show
It was
about a
closer
space
to the
station?
wormhole.
That sounds boring as hell.
because
Have you not ever heard of
because-
Babylon 5 either?
Sounds boring.
You sound boring.
He does sound boring. But since you asked, I'm going to tell you they moved the space station in Deep Space Nine because it was in orbit around Bajor, but they wanted it to protect the wormhole.
Sounds boring.
So.
All right. We've actually
A couple of questions.
we got a couple of questions. We're gonna answer them and I want to do that quickly because we're actually past time and I'm tired. So who
Dare you be tired.
the hell do we have here? Who's this? Oh God. Fastcart asks, is anyone annoyed that they hyped the announcement that Digital Sitcon web page was going to be up imminently, then all of the times have TBDs on them, and the presentations are pre-recorded? Why not have the times ready?
Because they don't know when the times are going to be.
Have they finished the pre-recording, I wonder?
Probably not. That's probably part of it.
So
They don't know the runtime.
I would imagine that the problem here is that they may have pre-recorded everything, but there's probably some editing going on.
Yes.
And what they're probably going to do is they're going to say, okay, we've got this runtime for this. It's going to run from here to here, and then here's a bio break room. And then if they're going to be running for 12 hours...
I'm just picturing, like, Jared or someone, just one person sat there editing all these videos, dark room, stacks of used coffee cups around them. Oh, fucking hell, I've got to do this. I've got 2 weeks to do this. I don't know what to do anymore.
It's probably just because no, Fastcart, they don't know if Tony's presentation is going to take 2 hours or 14.
Well, yeah. We'll see.
Honestly, what they've probably done is they recorded Tony for 3 days straight. And now they're trying to edit that down to 2 hours.
One thing I do think is a little silly is we know when it starts. So why is the opening with Chris Roberts not?
Yes.
Or is this just an admission that Chris Roberts is always late?
This is the first year that everything has to be on time. All they have to do is click a button in YouTube, and you know what's going to happen?
It's not going to be on time.
No. I actually hope that they've considered this and that they have not delegated, but I want to say bifurcated responsibility, so that if the person that's required to hit go in LA time loses their internet, someone somewhere else in the world can hit go. Like, there's not one person in charge of hitting. Actually, no, that's dumb. I hope they just scheduled everything on YouTube, so it's scheduled to go. That would be the smart way to do it.
Yes, it would.
I also hope they add
everything. Have to do anything.
I also hope they add everything to a playlist on YouTube, so it all shows up in the playlist, and they don't have multiple missing ISCs from their playlist of ISCs.
Who uses a playlist?
Me!
David's playlist
God,
addicted.
1997 called Eris.
What do you use?
I just go to the videos category and look at the most recent video and click play.
Yeah, but I don't care about anything other than
normal
ISC.
person.
I don't care about anything other than ISC. Why not just give me the ISC?
So you just move your eyes one thumbnail along, like a whole thumbnail, and you're like, there it is.
Or I could click ISC.
Or you could click the playlist, scroll to the bottom of that long.
No, it's
playlist,
first. If you
going,
click the playlist, it's first in the playlist.
I don't know. I'm a normal person. I'm not a psychopath that uses playlists. I just look at the most recent video.
Twitch, it is all pre-recorded. Everything is pre-recorded, which means this might be the only CitizenCon ever to potentially be flawless.
I actually don't think. I think I'm not 100% sure about this. I think the opening and the closing with Chris Roberts are not pre-recorded.
I thought they
But
were.
I'm not sure about that.
I think they're going to be pre-recorded because it's all on YouTube. They haven't advertised Twitch for anything.
Oh, okay. Then maybe it will. No, it actually says on the CitizenCon website. It doesn't actually say anything about YouTube. It says
Really?
join us on Twitch.
Oh, really?
I do think it will all be on YouTube, but on the website it says join us on Twitch.
God, this
There's
is
even a
annoying.
button.
I wonder if that's going to happen during their broadcast on Twitch.
I mean, it's going to. We just got 7,000 of them, so
That's a lot.
I can't do anything. No, like there's hundreds.
I'm just gonna turn on followers only.
Yeah. If you want to chat, follow us. Well, no, because they follow.
They have to. You can turn on like how long they have to have been following for.
Okay. Oh, God, this. Can we just switch
There
to
we go.
YouTube only? This is dumb.
A lot of people actually are.
This is dumb.
I would be fine
I
with
believe
that.
we had another question.
Yeah, we do. Sorry about that. How do the ships in game generate power?
Who's that from?
That's from not Shiver.
It seems like a very intelligent question from someone who's clearly handsome.
So I need to read you Jake's answer because I asked him this question. And I love his answer. I asked him how ships generate power in Star Citizen, and he said, "Well, it depends. I think there's antimatter engines too. Just ask Paul."
That's
Shout
a
out
really
to Paul
good
the-
point.
Paul the Astropub.
Just ask the Astropub. He knows.
Paul actually got a call out on ISC this week too. No, not on ISC. It was on Star Citizen Live.
All
They
right.
were-
Well,
they were trying to clarify a lore point, and it was Jared was like, "I'm asking because I know Paul will want to know."
we have reached the point where we're getting follow bot attacked, so I'm gonna end us here because I don't want to deal with this shit. Love you all. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Get the vaccine. Consider the environment, all things you do. Understand that we are slowly devolving into a unescapable hellscape of species, land, water, and survivability loss. So yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Talking of
You know, we
survival,
should- yeah.
can I do a thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you
Yes.
can do it,
Shiver.
yeah.
You can. I apologize.
No, that's fine. I don't blame you. No one watches my shit. This week, we've got London by Gaslight, Thursday, and then Friday, Oxford by Night, both Vampire Masquerade Chronicles V5. Tune in for that, and I'd like to take this time to announce that, for some reason, apparently I have masochistic tendencies. The week leading up to Halloween, and including Halloween Day itself, night, we will be doing a game every single fucking day. Apart from possibly the Monday, because I get my second vaccine shot, and I might be dead to the world. Including Demon the Fallen, Wraith Oblivion, 2 vampire games as per usual. Ms. Hearts will be GMing Darkest House. Nitro Taipat will be GMing Lancer. I will be doing Homeworld, TTRPG, if schedule fits. Muggins, Eris, I don't know which direction, will also be on the Homeworld TTRPG. None of us have played the Homeworld TTRPG, so that's going to be interesting. And
I
think
hope-
that's,
I'm-
the
I'm-
Homeworld TTRPG is
I'm
Halloween
very
itself.
much hoping I can be on it. It's all going to depend on my
Yeah.
and Cass's mental state at the time because
Exactly. And I'll be dead to the world
David's
at that point
trying
anyway.
David's trying very hard not to get murdered by his fiance.
I'm in trouble.
I mean, I'm not shocked.
I am. Okay, thank you all for watching. Go watch Shiver over the next couple of weeks and definitely tune in. I will actually say tune in during this apparent week of hell that Shiver has designed for himself. If nothing else, for the entertainment value in watching a man slowly drive himself to sanity.
write over 20 games this month.
Wow.
I
Good
normally
job.
write 6.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Genuinely nuts.
That's a lot.
Thank you all so much for watching and hanging out. Again, stay safe. Do what you can for the environment. Be good people. Love yourselves. Be happy. Eat some
lot
pizza.
Love yourselves too much or you go blind.
Really?
Well, you're wearing glasses.
Fair point.